It's Chris here with the Daily Gab again. Got about 30 minutes, so let's get this bad boy going. Well, today has been, somewhat interesting day, I guess. Some interesting news has popped up. Well, one thing that's kind of cool, I mean, I know it's not Yuba Sutter, but I think it's cool. What is a Little League team down in Rockland is like one more game and they can be in Williamsport playing in the Little League World Series. That's pretty cool. I think all of Northern California should be trying to support these kids and help them out because I think it's kind of cool. I mean, maybe one day we'll get lucky that a team here from Yuba Sutter area will do the same, but oh well. And staying on the theme of baseball, I saw a post today that I guess the Giants have purchased Brock Stassi's contract from the Phillies organization, and he will be coming back to Northern California to play AAA ball with the River Cats, I believe, which would be really, really cool to get to see him playing. And and then we have to hope one day he gets moved up, and then we get to see he and Max playing against each other, or maybe one day we'll get lucky to see he and Max playing on the same team, which would be cool too. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat to hear about that. Brock, I mean, good kid, known him for a long time, known him since Little League, really good kid. I like him. He and Max both, well, and Jake for that matter. I'd like to see what Jake's up to as well. But it's good to see that them Stassi boys are doing something. So, and doing something in the sport that I know they love the most, baseball. So that's really cool. Let's see. Well, saw something interesting today. So my wife and I ran to the store like we always do, and we're in the store, and all of a sudden a Yuba City police officer walks in and goes, "Hey, did somebody call about a disturbance?" And everybody's like, "No." And then somebody goes, "Well, I think there was a girl out in the parking lot who called because some guy was out there beating up some girl with a hammer, beating her in the head with a hammer." And I'm like, "What?" I mean, I didn't see anything when I rolled in, but and I guess they had gone down Pelora, maybe towards Bridge Street or something. Who knows? But I know there was a couple of officers rolling around that area, probably looking for them. But yeah, I mean, it's like, what kind of knucklehead are you that you got to go beat somebody in the head with a damn hammer? I mean, at least if you're gonna do that, make it a rubber mallet. That way, it just hurts and doesn't do as much damage. But I mean, strange things happen at Circle K all the time. Yeah, I can't tell you the number of times in my 30 years of going up there, of how many times I've seen stuff like mobile meth labs and drug buys and cops and just all kinds of stuff. I've seen people drive through almost through the store, drive into the windows. People busting the windows and going in and stealing stuff. There was a guy went in not too long ago, took a baseball bat and shattered a bunch of the cooler doors, and then grabbed a soda and a bag of chips and went out and sat on the front of the store waiting for the cops. And somebody asked him why he was waiting for the cops. He goes, "Because I want to go back to prison." Which, I mean, there are those people that spend so much time in prison that they don't know how to spend any time outside of prison, so they try to go back. But it's just some weird crap going on always at Circle K, it seems. But it's, this city as a whole too, it's gotten a little more weird over the years. So I don't know. Let's see what else is going on. There was another article today in the Appeal Democrat about the grand jury report. I guess there's some attorneys for some people that have been let go from the county. One of them being Danielle Stylos. I know she was fired back in February, and she's her attorney is now making a request or trying to make a motion to get a hold of the grand jury report so that he can, because he believes there are things in that report that may actually help her out. Which, I mean, there very well may be, because there's been so much. I mean, look how much corruption there's been in the county, for the past, say, 10, 12, 15 years. So, and the thing is this community's stupid enough to keep putting the same kind of people back in there instead of putting better people in. But what do? You vote for who you think's the right person, not because they lined your pockets, or they're your best friend's buddies, or your cousin's, uncle's, grandma's, nephew's contractor, or something like that. But yeah, it's gotten out of hand, that's for sure. And I mean, there's nothing we can do about it if people are going to keep doing that. So you just have to deal with it. But Yeah, it's been a little nuts, but I mean that article was interesting. I mean, I didn't read the, I don't remember everything that was in it because I mean I read it this morning, but it was pretty interesting. But of course, it's just like I said, it's just more and more people are trying to find ways to get a hold of that grand jury report, and I've made the notification to all the grand jurors that if one of them wants to accidentally drive by my house and drop one in my front yard or on the street in front of my house by accident, it's fine with me. Just do it and don't say anything to me because I don't need to know who you are. Um, or you can do the same thing by dropping it by Huth Broadcasting over in Linda for Lou or for Lou Benninger or for the Yuba Sutter Political Spotlight. Or if you don't want to go over to East Linda, which I get, you can always drop it off at the Republican headquarters over here that's run by the Constitutional Republicans over here on Bridge Street. It's 441 Bridge Street, Suite E, I believe. It's the old Dave Shoes. We were there just the other day for their grand opening. It was pretty good. So if you want to drop it off there, that's fine too. We all have avenues to get that information out. So we'll find a way to get it out so the public can see it, because the public deserves the opportunity to see what's in that report. They deserve the opportunity to say, hey, you were investigated. This is what came up. You need to now leave. You need to be unappointed from your position or unelected. You need to be recalled. You know what I mean? But I guess we'll wait and see. What else is going on? Oh, I finally got my well house deal taken care of. I think we use Valley Pump, which are a bunch of great guys. And the kid who came over yesterday, Nick, really cool guy. He came over yesterday. He went out there. He checked a few things. He did have to replace one gate valve that had been broken. And he checked the switch and he made some adjustments. And if he had to, he was going to replace the switch. He said, all right, go give it a try. So I gave it a try. We still didn't have much pressure. And because it is a well and it's hard water, I'm sure we had deposits in the shower head, because like one sink was giving me great pressure. The shower was giving me horrible pressure. So I went and got a new shower head and put it on. And now I got great pressure again. So it's really cool. So Valley Pump did a great job for us. I appreciate what those guys do. Got a call from Lowe's today that my patio table that I ordered came in. And here's what's cool about that patio table. We were walking around there for something else the other day, and I was like, hey, I like this patio table. It was a different one, but I liked it because it had so many seats. And then my wife goes, well, look at this one. And I thought it was longer than what it is, but it's still not bad. And it was clearance for $29.12. And I was like, okay, let me get somebody. So a guy came up and I go, yeah, I want this table. $29, man, I'll take that. It'll be perfect on my patio. He goes, oh, well, I can't give you this one. It's the display, and it's all scratched up. Anyway, he goes, back and order you a new one. I'm like, what? I said, it's still $29? He goes, yeah. So they ordered me one, told me when it was going to come in. Called me this morning and said it was in. So we went over and picked it up. Damn thing weighs a ton, though. So I got to do some work out here on the patio. I got a couple tables I got to put away and move some stuff around, maybe change the location of some chairs and move some other stuff. And then, and then I've got a China hutch sitting out here right now. It's a two-piece China hutch because I don't have the spot where I want it yet ready for it. So I got to get that moved out of here too, and then I can get that table out here, which I think maybe by the end of next week we'll have the location ready where we want it. What I got to do is I got to move some stuff around and then take my old China hutch, clean it out, and then throw it away so I can bring the new one in. But I'm going to change the location. I'm going to put I've got this rack. It's like a 4-shelf, excuse me, a 4-shelf metal rack that I use to put like my air fryer, my crock pot, that kind of stuff on my little convection oven. I use that because it's quick and easy to use as small appliances. Well, I'm going to relocate that. And once I relocate that to where the old China hutch was, then the new China hutch is probably going to go in right where that was at, where that rack was. I think it'll be a good location for it. I haven't decided if that's going to be the spot yet or not, but we'll put it in, see how it looks. If it looks good, we'll leave it there. If we don't like it, we'll move it. I do have an old file cabinet I need to throw away. I have an old printer I probably need to throw away. I mean, I might try to get new cartridges for it. I don't know yet. I don't even know that it'll work on Windows 10 because it's such an old printer. It's an old Oki Data 4-color laser. But once I get that out of the way, and then I could put it over in that corner where that stuff sits, where that file cabinet is right now. Then I've got a cedar chest there as well, which I think I have a new location I want to put that. So we're gonna have to, unfortunately it's a small house with 30 years of stuff in it, so I got to move some things around, put things where I want them, and if we can get all that worked out, then we'll get everything moved. I'll get this China hutch put together and in the house. And then I'll be able to put that new table out here on the patio. I mean, I would have enough room for it right now if I were to move the fire pit table and stuff, which I do need to move it. And then, but the other thing is as rainy season comes, even if it's raining, it can still rain in here because all I've got up is the mosquito netting. So I need to put the privacy screen up too because it'll help, waterproof it. But then, I just got to be careful because I don't want this thing to get wet. It's, real wood and stuff, so I don't want it to be destroyed. So, but we'll get it figured out and figure out where we want to put it. It's just hard for me to do a lot of this stuff because some of this stuff gets heavy, so I have to take my time. So what would take most people an hour to do a job might take me a day or two. But yeah, so we'll get that done, and eventually I'll have my new patio table out here, which will be nice because I'm thinking about buying a second canopy to put up. Once I cut some trees down and stuff and move some things around, I may buy another one of these canopies just like the one I already have, and I'll just put them side by side, and then maybe I'll, do something to pull them together. I don't know what I'll do yet, but put them here side by side, and then give myself an extra length of space that I can put the grill and my deck box and all that kind of stuff under it. Right now, just the patio furniture and everything sits under one. The grill and everything else sits outside of that, but because we haven't had bad weather, I haven't had to cover the grill or anything, but I kind of want to put something. I've got 4x4 post locations in this concrete already. I'm thinking I might just go buy some 4x4 redwood posts, get those holes cleaned out, sink those, and then come back and have a friend of mine help me out. We'll just build a little roof, little shed style roof over all this other stuff. Because I got a friend who's a contractor who might be able to help me out with that, and then it'll probably come out better because he knows what he's doing and I don't necessarily know what I'm doing. But either way, we'll try and get that done so I have a little bit nicer patio space, and then I want to be able to use it this winter a little bit. That's why I want to get the privacy netting up, because the privacy screen is thicker material and it'll do a good job for privacy. And then if I can get this thing bigger, then I'm looking at buying a one of those inflatable 6-person hot tubs. Put one of those out here too. That way during the winter, we can come out and sit in the hot tub if we want. And then I got to hire an electrician to come out and do some electrical work for me on the garage, and then I'm gonna have him run power out here to my patio area too. Just drop some conduit and run some power out here. Put a couple of 4-gang boxes in so I have enough room to plug stuff in. And I've got room in my sub panel for it, so we shouldn't have a problem. And maybe we'll do that when I get the roof done. If I ever get the roof done on that garage, it's going to be expensive, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it, but we'll see. But yeah, otherwise it's been a pretty normal day. We kind of been hanging out today. I started watching the movie Zombieland a little while ago, and then I watched everything off my computer through Comcast because I don't have a cable box in my office. And sometimes I'll go a little crazy and it did. So I was like, I'll stop it right here and I'll finish watching it later. And I stopped it right at the point as they're rolling up to Bill Murray's house in L.A. And which is probably the best part of the movie with Bill Murray in there. I think he's hilarious. So I'll go in and finish watching that in a little while. Then we went over to Dollar Tree and got some snacks so that we can, maybe later my wife was like, hey, I've been wanting to watch this movie. So she'll just rent it off of Comcast and we'll sit and watch a movie or something and just kind of chill tonight. Trying to have a little fun this weekend, a little bit of chilling and relaxing because she goes back to school on Tuesday. That means starting Tuesday morning, it's back to those mornings of scrambling to get done what we need to get done before she has to go to work. And then I spend most of the day here at the house by myself, just chilling, working on videos and that kind of stuff. And got contacted by somebody today about some possible photo and video projects we're going to work on. That'll be kind of cool. And you know what? Here's something else too. Okay, so today I got to mess with my Instagram. I'm trying to get better at the hashtags that I use for my photos and videos so that I get, more people see my stuff. And so after thinking about it, I was thinking, you know what? I need to get more people following me. So if you guys want to follow me, my Instagram is instagram.com/oneeyeblindmedia with the number 1 for the One Eye Blind Media. And I tell you what, if you go on to this video and comment your Instagram, name, at whatever you are, like mine's at One Eye Blind Media. If you go in and give me your Instagram, tag, so I know who you are, and you comment on this video with it, and you follow me on Instagram, I will follow you on Instagram as well. Now, I don't follow a ton of people because it's, it can get a little frustrating trying to, I see people who follow like 10, 15,000 people, and it's like, how do you keep up with all that stuff? But yeah, if you follow me, I will follow you. And just to make sure I'm following the right people, all you got to do is just comment in the video here. You can comment it on, I would prefer you comment on YouTube, but if it's the share that's on Facebook and you comment there, that's fine too. Just give me your Instagram name, and hey, you follow me, give me your Instagram name so I know who you are, I'll follow you. Because sometimes Instagram names are hard to figure out who people are. And sometimes the name that people use for Instagram is so different than who they are that you really have no idea. So, it's almost like somebody's cat has an Instagram and they call themselves Dog Lover 43. Like, you're a cat. Why do you love dogs? You know what I mean? That kind of a concept. Or Mongoose Force 56. And, but their name is, Rattlesnake. So, yeah, I know those are bad examples, but, it's hot out here. My brain's melting a little bit. But either way, yeah, of course, check out the other stuff, the Facebook page, the Twitter, and of course the website, oneeyeblindmedia.com. That's just all text, one word, oneeyeblindmedia.com. And, check out my images, check out some of my videos. I've only got a few videos posted. There are links back to my YouTube channel because talking with GoDaddy, who I do my website through, they said, well, you can host the videos directly on the page, but we suggest using it to a link out to YouTube because then it makes your website load faster, especially for those folks who are on mobile. So that's why I've decided to do it that way. It's the only thing is the way they've set it up is you can't post a bunch of them really, really quickly. I have to post one, put a little write-up on it, post another, put another little write-up. So I don't know. I need to go in and add more, and I might do that. I might do that tonight, just messing around. I need to do more to my website anyway. So, and speaking of all the One Eye Blind Media stuff, do keep in mind, I know fall's coming, which is a great time to shoot photos. It's a great time to get portraits done. It's a great time to get families done, all that kind of stuff because, well, the weather starts cooling down. It's a lot more comfortable. You don't have the harsh sun. You've got the fall colors, which are always great, so we can find some good locations around town to do that. So if you've got any interest in it, you can send us a message or give us a call. Everything's on the website, or if it's not on the website, it's on the Facebook page. Contact us, and we can hopefully get something set up with you and get a session set up. On the website, you can also go to the page called Our Services, and that kind of give you my pricing. And then, of course, you can see other stuff. You can read stuff about, One Eye Blind Media and about me, and see images, see videos. You can see a lot of, I've got a page called Car Shows where I've got 3 different car shows on there now. I've got the Wheatland Car Show from back in June, the Marysville Car Show put on by the American MC, that I think was in July, and then one here in August that we just had with the Marysville Elks Lodge. And we have some more car shows coming up over the next few months that I'll be working on too and doing images at. So as soon as I have those, of course, I'll get them posted and all that kind of stuff so you guys can see them. Because I really do enjoy doing the car shows. If you haven't seen it yet, we have the Live with Lou show is up and posted today. We got it up there about 15 minutes after the show was over because it was a pre-record from last night, so we were able to edit it early. So that is up and running. And then, of course, tomorrow you'll have the Yuba Sutter Political Spotlight. Now, if you can't listen to them live from 1 to 3, you can, if you can't listen to them on the radio because, you're in an outlying area, you just don't get good signal, you can always go to the website, kmycradio.com, click the listen live link, and then it'll bring up a little window. You just click the play button and you can listen to it on the live stream. Now, if you can't do it on a computer because you're going to be out and you still want to listen to it live, you can download the Simple Radio app to your iPhone, Android, whatever. Go in and search for KMYC Radio. It'll pop up for you. You tap it, put it in your favorites. Then you can listen to the show there. And then, of course, if you can't listen to the show live, then as soon as their show is over, they'll get it sent to me. I will get it put together and edited and get it posted for you on the YouTube channel, One Eye Blind Media, all one word. So it's just youtube.com/One Eye Blind Media. I'll get it posted up there for you, and then I'll share it across the social medias as well. Facebook, it's Yuba City and More, One Eye Blind Media, and then on Twitter with it's Yuba City and More and One Eye Blind Media. So you're welcome to check that out. We'd love to have you like the show, comment on the show, and subscribe to the channel. And click that little bell icon next to the subscribe button, and that way you get notifications when we post videos. And we post not gross over amount. We post daily because of the Daily Gab. But then every weekend we post the Live with Lou show, as well as the Yuba Sutter Political Spotlight. Occasionally on Saturdays we'll also post a show called Dollars and Cents with Nate Black, the Sutter County Auditor Controller. He does a little hour-long thing over on the radio about 8 o'clock in the morning. So we do that as well. And then the only other thing you'll probably see on there is the occasional commercial intro video or promo video I put up as a sample for people to see. Or what I've been trying to do, and I've got a couple I can't find and it's really bugging me, but if we go into a Facebook Live of a forum, a candidate thing of any kind, then what we typically do is we pull it down, make a copy, I edit it, and then I throw it up on YouTube for people to go back and watch whenever they want. Because I think it's important for people to be able to see these candidate forums live in case they can't be there. But at the same time, it's important for them as we get closer and closer to November and the elections, all those forums are over. People can go back and watch those forums, in late October, early November to say, you know what, I'm kind of stuck between these two people. I need to go back and see what they had to say and listen to the forum and see what was going on. And maybe I can make a decision from there. So that's why we do it. We now from It's Yuba City and More and One Eye Blind Media, we do not support any one candidate for anything. We do have maybe our preferred candidates, but we don't support a specific candidate or endorse a specific candidate because we're neutral. Whoever wins, wins. Whether they're people that we like or don't like, or I should say I personally like or don't like, doesn't really matter. If they ran, then they get equal time, So if it's, it's like I take Brandon Barnes and Dennis Houck. There's definitely the people who are on one side or the other. As far as we're concerned, Brandon and Dennis are two good guys as far as I'm concerned. And if both of them come to me and say, hey, we want to do a Facebook Live or we want to do this, we want to do that, okay, we'll do that for you. Same thing with the city council people. I've got my two favorites because they're the two that I know the best. And anything they ask for, they're going to get, because I'll help them. But if other candidates come up and say, hey, we want to do this, we want to do that, then fine, I'll help them out. It's not a problem. Because I just kind of see it this way. We've got too much media influence on everything today. The liberal media swings things their way. They put out stories they want to put out the way they want to edit them, so that it makes you think one way or the other. That's not how I work. That's not how One Eye Blind Media works. We put out, if I'm going to go and video something, I'm not going to video it, take it back and bring it into the office, sit down with it and edit it and go, ooh, okay, how do I make this guy look good and this guy look bad? No. Whoever it is that's running, they'll make themselves look good or bad to their own. That's their deal. So what I'm going to give you is 100% of everything that was done. So if I started recording at 7 p.m. and stopped recording at 9 p.m., and that's 2 hours, then you're going to get 2 hours of video. You're going to get 2 hours of everything that was said and done, not an hour and 20 minutes where I've taken 40 minutes out by editing, unless it's something like, somebody who's looking for attention, like, an audience member being stupid, or, they have audio issues with microphones, or we have like a power issue, or, things that are out of the candidate and, my control or the people who are hosting its control. Then obviously we're going to clean stuff up like that for time so that you don't have to sit there through stuff that's irrelevant. But everything that's relevant to what the candidates have to say in this election, you will hear all of it, plain and simple. Because I think it's not my job to sway you one way or the other. Because I don't work for these campaigns. They don't pay me to do this stuff. I do it because I want to. Because I think a well-informed public is a better public. I mean, I think, a well-informed public is a more intelligent public when it comes to making a decision on voting, because the decision you make is going to affect the entire community for 4 years. And, a lot of bad things and a lot of good things can happen in that short amount of time. So I think it's important to make sure that we cover everything as a whole. You get to hear it as a whole. And then you, who are the intelligent people who are going to be voting, make an intelligent decision from all of the information that has been provided. So you won't hear me, cutting anything up, or it's like if you go to a forum, you listen to everything and you go back and watch the video and you go, oh, well, he said this and you cut that out. No, I don't cut out that stuff. I mean, I've even had requests to do stuff like that. It's like, no, I don't do that. So, all right, we got about 3 minutes left here. I've been out here for a little while, as I did a live earlier too on It's You Obsidian More and One Eye Blind Media. So I should probably start winding this down so we can get in and get it edited and get it up for you. For the most part, it's the same thing. I don't cut anything out. I clean up the beginning, I clean up the end where, like I said, something stupid, or, I was just, messing around and didn't get started properly or whatever. Otherwise, you get the whole thing. Because, I mean, it's like, why change anything, right? The only thing I've thought about doing is now maybe adding some background music. And if I do that, I'm going to toy with that today. Maybe adding some background music that maybe changes every now and then, or it's just one long song that runs through the entire thing. That's very quiet, but just enough where you can hear it and make it slightly more entertaining, because I'm sure it's more entertaining than listening to me. But we have just hit the 2-minute mark, so I am going to definitely shut this down now. I hope everybody's had a good Saturday. I hope you have a great Sunday. Tomorrow's Daily Gab will probably be a video Daily Gab, so be prepared for that, because I am trying to do one video per week until I decided I'm going to do it all video. Because I'm thinking about moving away from doing Facebook Lives and just doing stuff on video, putting it on YouTube and going from there. So I do thank everyone who watches this and listens. Please feel free to like this video, hit that thumbs up button, smash it, whatever you want to do to it. Give us a comment. I mean, we'd love to hear what you got to think. If you think the show's crap, then tell me it's crap. If you think the show needs something, tell me what it needs. If you think it's great, then tell me it's great. I just need to know, because I mean, this is not really for me, it's for you guys. And then of course, hit that subscribe button, hit that little notification bell so that you'll know every time I post one of these. And I think that's about it. I'm Chris. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll talk to you later.